First thing is how so many guys worship sex and it completely sabotages them. Like, it's expected to some degree, especially for younger guys, to end up seeing it this way because it's just, we're wired to want it. It's seen as this huge thing. It's very validating. But the problem is, if you're worshiping it, you're not going to naturally progress towards it happening. Essentially, it's this huge thing that you want so much, and you're going to be chasing after it because it's just, you put it on a pedestal, and that essentially means you're putting her on a pedestal because she holds the keys to what you want, and that creates a power imbalance. And that's when things can get messy. A lot of guys just see it as like, if I do X or X, then I'll get Y, or P in this case. They could be manipulated for it, ignore red flags, they can manipulate others for it. Like, if they just try to be a little bit more chill about it, have a bit more patience, like, they'll do so much better, because it's not about not wanting it. Obviously you should, but it's about not letting it run you and influence every single decision that you make. That's really just when the problems arise. Now, the second thing that sabotages so many guys' dating lives is all the crap advice out there. Like, I used to get so frustrated by it because it's just so conflicting and it's so wild. On one side, you have people saying that you should be all genuine, authentic, open. And then the other side is like, no, be an alpha, bro type, take charge, lead, treat her like the 50s, essentially. Like, be yourself or be super ultra masculine. But here's the truth. Masculinity is indeed very attractive. You can't change that. It's just like the basis of biology. But the most important parts of it come from being yourself, but leveling up. And, just as simple as being nervous on dates, and then you start to go on them, and then you start to go on more of them, and then you're suddenly not nervous anymore. That's basically it. You're suddenly getting comfortable, and then you're suddenly getting confident. That's the whole process. Like, the adversity, the rejections, the losses, the wins, that creates decisiveness, assertiveness, confidence. There's no jumping ahead, essentially. And that's what sabotages so many guys, because they're just trying to be somebody that they're not. And that's just going to stop any progress from happening. It's just going to hold them back. Now, the third thing, and I was guilty of this, it happened when I was quite young, is it's very common for a lot of young guys. And essentially, I really wanted a relationship, but when I ended up getting one, I didn't have anything else going on in my life at that time. So my focus was just so much on them. They were all I cared about. And that's not healthy. That's just not attractive. And I'm not even saying that seeing them often or talking to them often is bad, but there's a saying that they should be joining an adventure already in progress. And I think that nails it. It's a lot healthier way to think about it. And you don't even necessarily need to have a mission and a drive or anything like that, but you should have other things in your life. And of course, if you do have some ambition and all that, yeah, that's sexy as hell too. Now, an additional point related to that is very overlooked is this. So right now, I'm actually not dating anybody, not even actively dating yet. My focus is just on other things. It's just going to be like that for a while. But if by chance I actually did date somebody and see someone, I would probably only see them for a week, once a week, for a long, long time. And yeah, a lot of women wouldn't fly with that, even if I do seem ambitious. But the point is that I have boundaries, and every single time that you are willing to say no, or willing to walk away, or willing to reject somebody, that just cranks up your self-respect. And all this is kind of new for me. I didn't even realize sure enough, having strict structure that I follow no matter what, I just start feeling better about myself. And this has been overlooked for a very long time. So figure out wherever the lines in the sand are for you, and then never break them, no matter what. And it's good because you start with compatibility in mind with the woman that you see. And that's good because so many guys just are always trying to win over basically any chick that gives them the time of day. And that's just not healthy. You have to start with the compatibility in mind. Now, finally, the last thing, and this is something that probably isn't that applicable to a lot of you. At least I hope. I think I have a different audience, but there's this whole us versus them mindset. And it's kind of just like legitimate hate towards women. It's super messed up. And it's a fucking huge thing. Like, this is like the de facto advice by men, for men, dating advice. Doesn't matter if it's websites, YouTube, Twitter, it's everywhere. It's rage bait. It's just reaction. It's just crap. And, you know, at least seduction shit, I mean, that stuff was bad, but that at least had you going out talking to women. And, you know, it's sad because a lot of young guys are being subject to information that's just it's actually gonna cause regression. And that's, you know, that's not really healthy. Like, yeah, there's some toxic women out there, 100%, just like there's toxic guys. And venting is very understandable if that's something that you're doing, but it's just that there's no healthy angle to this. There's no angle where you're actually better off for it. It's just not productive. And like, when I picture like a role model for myself, or if you picture a role model for yourself, who you like, a man that you would consider worth aspiring towards, you're never going to picture somebody that bitches and complains online. That's just like the short of it. It's not the right route to take. It's an understandable route to take, but it's 100% not the right one. I do think it's actually going to start changing. I feel like bad advice eventually corrects itself. It's just that this lasted a lot longer because it's very emotional. It's very easy to put the blame on the dating market or on women than taking responsibility for it. But, you know, yeah, maybe I'm stiff and hoping, but I think this is actually going to change. But anyway, I'm way off topic here. Do unplug your echo chambers if you pay attention to that stuff, but otherwise keep your head up. I'll talk to you next week.